Bonjour.
Hello everyone, Pantoufleee here today in a special video in which we're gonna try to discover or at least find out what probably is gonna be the next Defender tank. For those of you who don't know what the Defender tanks are, it's basically copy-paste of already existing tank coming directly from Wargaming Imaginations, and usually they have all an autoloader and they are better armored than their counterpart and also having a better mobility. For example, we have the T-28 Defender, which is a copy-paste of the T-28 prototype from the American tech tree, but with a better reload time, autoloader, mobility and armor. We have the ICE-3 Defender, which is a copy-paste of the ICE-3, and same for the Defender Mark 1, which is a copy-paste of the Centurion 1. And to understand what is probably the upcoming Defender tank, we need to understand two things. We need to find what is common between all these three tanks, but also what separates them. So let's start with the common thing. There is only one. There are all Tier 8s. So we are looking for a Tier 8 tech tree tank. That's the first thing. And another major thing they have in common is that they all have an autoloader. It's really important because it will allow us to exclude one nation, but you're gonna understand right now what I'm talking about. Because what separates them is probably the fact that we have one tank per nation, per major nation at least. We have the T-28 for the Americans, the ICE-3 for the Russians, and the Defender for the British. So if we take a look at this, it seems like we have a Defender tank for each nation, and it allows us to exclude the French tech tree from the list. Why is that? Simply because the French already have a lot of autoloader tanks at tier 8, and let's face it, it's not a major nation in World of Tanks Blitz. The major nations in World of Tanks Blitz, they are four: Americans, German, Russians and British. So if we take a look at these four nations, the only one that doesn't have a Defender tank yet is the German tech tree. So we will consider that the future Defender tank is gonna be a German tank. So now that we analyzed what is the nation of the tank, we need to understand what kind of class it's gonna be. And here we also have a pattern. Why is that? Simply because if you take a look, we have one Defender tank per class in the game. We have the T-28 Defender, which is a tank destroyer, the ICE-3 Defender, which is a heavy tank, and we have the Defender Mark 1, which is a medium tank. So probably that the last Defender tank is gonna be a light tank. And the only light tank at tier 8 from the German tech tree is the RU-251. So here it is, you have your last Defender tank. It's gonna be simple. I'm expecting Wargaming to put a tank probably named RU Defender, and it's gonna have an autoloader, a better camo of course, because all Defender tanks have this kind of a nuclear or post-apocalyptic style, and we can expect it to have a better mobility, an autoloader, and probably a better armor, even if I don't think it's gonna be useful regarding the fact that Euro light tank and light tanks are not supposed to be armored. T92E1. But still, that's what I'm expecting. And if it's the case, I think it could be really interesting to have the first autoloader tank, at least for the German tech tree, at tier 8. So I'm really looking forward to see if Wargaming does that. But judging by the statistics and what I just told you before, it's 100% sure that the upcoming tank is gonna be the RU-251 Defender. So yeah, overall, tell me what you think about that in the comments, but that's my guess. I don't know if there is any YouTubers that already did that, probably because it's not that hard to understand what kind of tanks are waiting for us, especially regarding Defender tanks. If you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe, like and share, and I'm gonna see you soon for a new video, maybe a little bit more informative than this one, because here it's only expectations. Wargaming never officially announced that. That's only guesses. Thank you all for watching and see you soon.